he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. He said, to Jay, he was telling me, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without 50. Mm-hmm. Right? And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Welcome to One Buck,
where we keep it a buck,
and we hope y'all keep it a buck too. I'm Kev.
This is Coop, man. Y'all know the scoop. Always when we come back, man, it's One Buck podcast over everything. Cuz always a blessing to lock in with you, my boy, and do this, man. And just do what we do, man.
How you feeling today, man?
Man, I'm feeling blessed, man. Like I always say, no stress. Ready to get it off my chest. You feel me? How you feeling today, fam?
I'm pretty fair for a square is a slogan I'm going to keep running with.
Hey, slogan and his name ain't Logan. Y'all heard it right there. But look, man, y'all know how we do, man. This is One Buck podcast. The only podcast going to keep it a bean with you and turn around and smack you in the mouth at the same time. When I'm saying smack you in the mouth, cuz I'm saying we going to smack you in the mouth with some of this GAME that we kicking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To make y'all think a little bit, because it is like a slap in the mouth.
I'm hip, you know what I'm saying? I don't think the other people's was hip, you know what I'm saying?
No, they not, bro. We gonna get y'all hip, though, man. That's our job, man. That's why we lock in. We take this serious. Don't let the beer and the little sip that we have fooling you. We talking real on the show. We bringing actual factuals, cuz what else we do?
Man, we spit that GAME to y'all, like he said, like it's a jewel, you know what I'm saying, to everything in life, and we just try to make sure that you able to get that jewel in life.
So look, man, y'all know how we do. We're going to give y'all a quick pause for the cause, man. We got something that just seriously happened a couple days ago, man, with Mr. Damar Hamlin. Cuz and I, definitely want to, give our condolences to the family.
Absolutely.
And just, happy that this young man is recovering, man. What's your thoughts on that, man?
Man, it was a tragic moment, you know what I'm saying? All around the world, whoever's a football fan, you ain't even got to be a fan, but be a fan of life.
Life. The game of life.
You know what I mean? Be a fan of life. If you know or you heard, just be understanding that young man could have had lost his life, and then show your moral support with that,
sir.
As much as we do, if not greater.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family first and foremost. We're glad to see this young man getting back to his normal self. He sent out a tweet. So we definitely wanted to, on a more serious note on the show, just give a quick pause for the cause for Mr. Damar Hamlin, man. We wish you the best on the road to recovery.
Moment of silence to you, sir.
Moment of silence to you, man.
Prayers up.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Y'all know how we do it, man. Pause for the cause over. We back to the show and stay tuned. They say Captain Saver, but we Captain Saver, no. You know what I'm saying? We coming off the knowledge of everything what it is. Enough of that, though. Look, cuz you know how we do. We like to stir that pot a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Expand that brain just a little bit, man. And get on topics, man. So, cuz, I wanted to start off, man. I got something juicy. I just want to know if you seen this one. This is popping right now. Shots have been fired. I said, shots have been officially fired, cuz. Now, I had to crack this off. 50 Cent going at Jayz's neck. So, look, man, cuz, you know how we do before we even start talking about it. I'm definitely going to let you get in because we got to get your opinion, man. Your opinion is a gold mine for those out there. But we're going to play this quick little snippet for y'all, man. We're going to let y'all listen to 50 on this interview going at Jay-Z. We'll be right back, man. We want y'all to check out this clip. As we always do, give you that visual and that audio, man. Y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think, and we'll be right back.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can sit here and tell you right now, I was in Chino on Chino Hills, California, for New Year's Eve. I I was in Burbank. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know exactly where I was at.
I know I did Armenia because it was the first.
Oh, yeah.
Really, though? He went to Armenia?
Yeah, my cousins called me. They're like, do you know who's coming? 50 Cent is coming to Armenia.
It was like this big.
Right.
Yeah.
This was big.
Hey, man, but you know what, too? Some people want to stay home.
Yeah, and no, I'm ready to go. Like I went to Athens. I did the same arena that they sold out the arena they did the Olympics in.
Damn.
So yeah, it's cool, man.
Hey, man, and then also, man, you come in with 1.8 billion views in 2022 without any like real 50 Cent music.
Yeah.
What videos were we watching?
I don't know. I think it's when people be tagging me too when they put. Like if they put my name in front of the video on YouTube,
right?
Like when in the tagline, because a lot of the 50 Cent
Take the credit.
mentions,
Yeah.
Take the
Do
credit.
you think that anything had to do with like the regurgitation of like 50 with Super Bowl? Like because when Super Bowl
absolutely.
went down,
That was-
everybody like popped up and popped off.
that was big. Like I'm look, Dre, that's Dre too. You see what I'm saying? It's Dre and really M because he wouldn't do it without me.
Right. How does that come about? Because we get, I kind of knew some things low key, but once that Pepsi ad hit and it was like Super Bowl,
Yeah.
when did it come about? Like, how did 50 Cent become involved?
But I got the call before the ad went out.
Yeah, I hope so.
But look, when the I wasn't in the ad
Right.
because of look, Jayz and them was putting it together.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like I don't. What is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M because like with NORE was he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. He was saying to Jay, he was telling me, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without 50. Right? And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. Big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
So
this.
now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, they Harper, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy,
Yeah.
the whole thing, like with M, Dre, and myself, like I'm a shady aftermath. You see what I'm saying? Like it do so much G-Unit Records.
Right.
They forget that I'm M and Dre's artist. You see what I'm saying? Like, but that's just the way it was. Like,
Were you a part of it? Even like you say, you weren't on the ad, right?
Yeah.
When we saw the initial asset that came out, and you weren't on there, but were you already a part of it?
No, I already had communication
okay.
with Paul about going to do it, but the ad was coming out that already was shot with.
Okay, gotcha.
With him and everybody else in it. So I'm like, nah, cool, I'll be surprised. Like, it's cool to be surprised.
Right. Yeah, I was surprised too. I remember at rehearsal, I was like, man, what the hell?
I won $20.
Right.
Yeah, me and Louis betted against it, and I was like, 50's gonna show up.
When
Watch.
nobody, like when I reach out, because I want to see what the complications are, when nobody has any information about it, and it only came from that angle, I have to believe that was something that's from that.
Did you and Jay-Z ever have a conversation, or
Nah,
y'all in different offices as far as like?
We don't need to talk about nothing.
I heard that. Yeah. All right. So when you do get the call, it's a no-brainer for you to do Super Bowl.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And because it's Dre's show, like you got to pay for that. That was expensive.
Yeah, I know.
And we had to be here 7 days ahead of the show to rehearse it. Like I was like, I know the words.
Right. Yeah. Hang me upside down, man. I'm good. Hey, man, was it different hanging upside down 20 years later?
Yeah. It's a little more weight there.
Yeah.
And it was dangerous. It was risk versus reward. It's like, wait, I'm trying to make a great entrance. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Who idea was it to hang you upside down again? Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Right.
You know? And then, after like the second time in rehearsals, I was looking around like, why do I do this?
Right.
So lightheaded.
Hey man, I was about to say that. Do you come down lightheaded or you're like, man, I got a whole verse to do?
But I gave myself something physical, a physical task to deal with. Because I climbed up, had to jump up. There was no harness or nothing. If I would have fell, I would have just fell like a national
Oh
television.
man, yeah, you
Like,
way
look,
better than me, bro.
That's like when I went to go do the pitch, like for the Mets.
Oh yeah. You are one of the worst. You go down in the Hall of Fame.
I'm sorry.
One of the worst. First pitch they
I
call
wish
it.
I would have thought about that before I did it.
Really, the first pitch,
Yeah,
and it
man.
never goes away.
No,
Did it look closer?
they have a baseball card.
Right, with your pitch.
Yeah, I don't own the photo. I don't.
But you own it. You know.
Yeah, like they have a baseball card.
Hey man,
like
now when you throw a bad pitch, people say, man, he 50'd that.
He 50 that.
It's 50 and Gary Delabate from Howard Stern. Y'all got the two worst pitches.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. But
Yeah.
look at you though.
I'm still. I got other things to hold on to.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Do you really want to pitch for a team that you don't play to go right over, or do you want all the success that you have now?
Yeah, I'm looking at Big and saying I didn't have to do that. I didn't have
Right.
to put myself in a space where.
In New York.
Do you
just
learn
didn't-
from that?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Did you learn from hanging upside down?
That worked out too. Like it was like, it was cool to do it because it reminds people of how the
Yeah.
record
I thought it was
started.
dope,
Yeah.
man.
And that energy, if you can bring that.
Hey man, 20 years later, you would have smooth found me on the couch though. You know what I'm saying? They would have shot back to one of them living room scenes. I would have been like, go. They would have been like, man, I ain't trying to do. And I stopped doing all them challenges and big, you can do it and all that.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
At least I'm cool.
I'm cool where I'm
like,
at.
there was no reason for me to. I mean, if I would have fell on my head, I would have felt like I should have just. You know,
Right, yeah, like
we had insurance, injure your neck, big.
Hell yeah,
There
Super
you
Bowl.
go. Why did I do that? Huh?
What's the anticipation when you get there that day, knowing that billions of eyeballs will be on this?
Yeah, it's the same intensity I feel when I go out on a real like a show. Because look, I'm nervous all the time. Big. I
was
get
gonna ask
nervous when just like the first minute of the performance, I'm nervous, and then I turn into 50 Cent.
Right. Do you see everybody before y'all go on?
Yeah. Like I'll see them and they do that. Like we're not in a huddle. Like, but everybody.
Right.
say their
Not
own
all
thing.
hands in.
Hands on.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dre on 3. Yeah.
Yeah, we not doing all that. But there's a, like I like to be to myself before I go to do it, and then because look, if you don't care about your performance, then you shouldn't be.
So as you seen in the clip, family, 50 Cent going hard at Jay-Z. This all stemmed from the Super Bowl.
Man.
So everything stemmed from the Super Bowl is what my understanding what it was. I guess Jay and NORE, quote unquote, took some jabs at 50, laid that on out there on the table. And 50 did some research, man. He said that Jay-Z's trying to be like Basquiat and the painter. And, if you guys don't know, he is a painter.
Yeah.
He is. So, I mean, it's just facts. 50 put it in there. He said it on wax. You know what I'm saying? So that opened a lot up. Not only that, it was being said because it was just the fact of Jay-Z saying that the NFL had a problem with 50 during this whole time, which I don't think there was a problem. Because he never headlined it for the show.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? It was Mary J. Blige, Eminem, Dre. Who was the other cat? Your boy. Snoop, and who was the other boy? Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar, yep.
They never once gave 50 any play on that. So that came to Jay, according to what 50 said. NORE, calling NORE, saying that Jay-Z, your boy. Yeah, your boy. So yeah, you like your boy that's deriving himself after a painter is what he's saying on here. So they fall back like, okay, 50, what you talking?
Right.
50 fires shots on Jay-Z. Not only did he fire the shots, they put the picture up of the guy, Basquiat, who he's imaging himself after. The hair, everything, man. We're going to include that in the video. Cuz, what's your thoughts on it, though, man?
Man, I mean, it's wild because everything I can't even really say that it derived from the Super Bowl. 50 and Jay already had, you know, some type of, I wouldn't even call it a beef, a quarrel.
Yeah. But it's been ongoing.
Right. It died. They
Every
shook.
2 years.
They shook on
years,
it, you know what I'm saying? They squashed it or whatever, but for somehow, some way, you know what I'm saying, it comes out.
Back.
I mean, I'm like this. If that's what Jay on, you know what I'm saying, I guess, you know, it's coming to light finally now, you know what I'm saying? People change for weird reasons, whatever it is. I don't stand for it, but I put it like this. I mean, I don't agree with it as far as when it comes to you changing your image to reflect somebody of the caliber that it is, or what they stand for, or whatever the case may be. I don't know Basquiat or, you know what I'm saying, Jay personal on that level, so I was always taught to be me.
Exactly.
And that's the only person I can be. You can't be like nobody else. You can't mimic nobody else, because you are only you. At the end of the day, you were born you for a specific reason. It is your specific purpose, and you just have to find out what your specific purpose was or is. With
your
that being
thoughts
said,
on Jay though, what's your thoughts on? Because when you see this picture side by side, bro,
like I said, I mean,
the hair is right on, bro.
Like I said, with the situation with Jay, like I said, people change for weird reasons. Jay didn't used to stand for all this little stuff, but there was people that was telling us about Jay a long time ago. And you know me, like back in the day, like before all this stuff started coming about, you know that I used to rock with the East Coast heavy with different music, because when I was living over there in New York.
Yeah, for sure.
I got hip to more of a lot of hot MCs with the lyrical play of things, but then, you know, as time went on and I got to see what was going on, and different jewels and gems was being thrown to me, and I picked up along the way. I had to like shell away from a lot of different things. So it's definitely disappointing to see somebody mimic or be at the age that they are and still idolize worship type deal. And I think that's what basically Jay is in, for instance, and probably trying to gravitate towards a certain community.
I'll tell you something, Jay been on this ever since Big died, in my opinion, because he called Big the best rapper alive. When Biggie died, what happened? What did he say? He was the best rapper alive. He dared to take that title. You know what I'm saying?
He took the throne.
Which I still think to this day, Nas had it. You know, I've always said Nas has had it. In my opinion, Nas has never derived himself to be something that he's not. We've watched Jay-Z come every year now with something different. You know what I'm saying? From Magna Carta, Holy Grail,
trying to make himself still relevant.
Come on now. So
he's trying to keep relevancy.
But this is overboard, you know what I'm saying? This is where 50 called, and I think he got something right here, man, because this is showing you that this dude is deriving himself over this painter. And I mean, when I say it's spot on, bro, you know, I want you could even pull it up while we on the show and just look at the picture of him side by side, the hair, how Jay got his hair to the side and all over. This dude wore his hair the same way. But this is also one I get on, cuz. But it's not just Jay-Z. This is a new hairstyle.
It's everywhere.
So is it like is that where they got it from? You feel
I'm
what
pretty
I'm saying,
sure.
bro?
I'm pretty sure. Like, you know,
this is crazy, man.
The Afro, you know what I'm saying, stemmed off from back in the days of the 70s.
But that ain't no Afro, bro.
Right, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like the phases of different things. The Afros had extended from back in the 70s. People stopped rocking afros to wearing cornrows. Well, I should say, you know, more gentleman type cuts, like low, keeping yourself groomed, and then all of a sudden it switched from that to wearing cornrows. Cornrows became popular. Then from that, so it wouldn't surprise me it's stemming from that. You know what I'm saying? What I am surprised is people don't realize the person that they wake up, brush their teeth, and they in the mirror. If you can't sit here and say that you okay with the person that you are in the mirror, then you need to do some changes for the positiveness side of things, in my opinion. You don't change for relevancy. You don't change for perseverance. You don't change for stereotypes. You don't change for none of the type of situations. Yeah, and I agree. Like I said,
spot on. You feel me, bro? Like, come on.
Like I said, yeah, it is. It's definitely spot on, and it's weird. It is some weird stuff, but it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like people don't be. We in an age of day. People don't even be comfortable in their own skin.
Yeah, that's facts.
They be having to do all these different surgeries.
Facts.
From even back in the day when we was kids, the most popular ones that was doing it was the stars. That's how they was trying to stay, you know what I'm saying, relevant and young and all that other stuff. Trying to set a trend and making it sure and okay that it was, you got money, go ahead, get that plastic surgery in.
Exactly.
I watched my grandparents grow with wrinkles.
I'm about to say, cause not only that, and I'm gonna let you get what else up. IG uses filters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As filters is made to make you feel for a woman more beautiful or more prettier. If you want to make your face tone different, like it's the same thing where you going. But I ain't mean to cut you off. I just want to give people an understanding of where we coming from.
You good? Cause like, don't ever feel like you cutting me off with this, but. Like I said, we go to the same places, just two minds think alike, you know, just so oddly. But like I said, I was always taught different moral standards with different things. And I think that's what America is trying to, you know, definitely take out.
Right.
I'm not even gonna say just America. It's all over the world. It's global.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, all the glamour ain't bliss. It ain't
gold.
It ain't what you think. Well, Kev, how can you say that? You ain't never been famous. I don't want that. I don't want to be famous.
I'm good.
I just want to be in a stipulation of my own boat. Good. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm the captain of my own shit.
Yes, sir.
But you got to understand this. Life as we know it has changed and evolved into something that's so dark and humiliating.
Every day.
And they make it seem like it's okay for that to be a new thing. Yeah. And that's a problem. That's a major problem. Like I said, like we could go on for days with sexuality, with you know what I'm saying? When I say sexuality, I'm saying like from the essence of what you're born with to your preference to everything of what you see yourself as an individual.
Right.
But it starts, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, with you looking in the mirror every day and you being happy with yourself.
Exactly.
There's subliminal different signals and signs around the world or that you see on a regular, whether it be your advertising by bus, commercial on cable, on the internet. There's so much build up to make you want to feel like you less than a person. Yeah. No, you are a human being. You are beautiful. You are strong. You are all the positives. You just have to develop that moment within yourself.
I think a lot of people don't see it because the narrative in which America paints the picture. Everybody feels like they have something to achieve to, like it's a goal.
Yeah.
It's not a goal to try to do what somebody else. This is, like you said, it's a goal to set your own trend. You know, set your own hairstyle, whatever it is that you like, you know what I'm saying? Be you know what I'm saying? You don't never let nobody tell you otherwise. That's the way I grew up, you know what I'm saying? My parents always instilled that into me, and I know for you too. Like,
absolutely, we
didn't have to be Joe Smo and do exactly and follow the blueprint of what he did.
And
we had to do ours.
I'm not gonna hold you. Like, when we were shorties, you know, coming up, and I caught myself doing it. My oldest cousin, your brother, when he used to play, when we was younger, before we got into the sport, and I used to see how gifted this dude was, how, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, shout out to you, because first and foremost, before I get going, but man, like his games, like going back, looking at the footwork of his craft, you know what I'm saying? And just different things that he would do with that ball. I was like, man, I want to be just, hold on. I can't.
Yep.
I can't.
Yep. You gotta set your own trend.
I have to be me.
They said they wanted you to be like Mike. They said they wanted. That's why they promote the people and the stars that they do. I just feel like this, man, with Jay-Z. We done seen time and time and time again. We done heard Dame Dash. We did an episode on that. We'll leave that right here for y'all to see. Views went stupid on that one too. I think 7.7K. You know, a Dame Dash going in on how he made Jay-Z. Companies didn't want Jay-Z. He built that. You feel what I'm saying? And if they ain't gonna come back out again and say something after 50 done spoke now, because 50 done dug up. You know, 50 do his research. You feel me? Like Fifth, when he go in, everybody he murdered, whether it was Ja Rule, Fat Joe, Rick Ross, you do his research.
He do the due diligences.
With 50. When he dug that up, I said, shots fired big time from Fifth. Man, look,
it's the times that we in, man. It's weird. It's weird, and that's all. I can't even, like, if I get to talking to a group of youngins.
Shout out to 50.
Yeah, shouts to you,
Shouts to 50 on that one, for real, man.
But some will say there's some stuff that's coming. You know what I'm saying, on 50 terms too.
It is. It always is. It always is.
But for the most part, like I said, like I was saying, I can't even, with talking to the youngins, like, my heart be really wanting to tell them, like, which I do tell them what it is about life, but at the same time, it's like their minds and everything is not processed yet. It's still in the development stages.
Not processed, it's programmed. You can't fault them for being
right.
programmed.
I don't fault them, but it's like trying to talk to them and trying to get them to understand different things. You have to go and learn in order for it to kind of make sense.
Facts.
And I hate that about life now. I noticed it, like, back when I was younger. I used to always hear my pops. Shout out to my pops, by the way. He would always tell me different things of life and how me and him was like night and day. We were like night and day at his. You could tell him, his parents could tell him something once, opposed to me, it would have to get drilled numerous occasions because I'm just a hard-headed individual. I felt like I needed to learn on my own. And I think it's kind of got worse in the years as it has progressed with all this different stuff. So, like I said, I could go on for days with this, but I just think it's a question of knowing who oneself is. I think Jay, in a sense, he knows who he is. He knows where he come from. He knows different things. But now he has an image to uphold. He has this, that, and the third to do. And it is what it is. He's just on board with it for trying to make the amount of money for him, his child, and that's it.
Tell you what else, man.
That's selling your soul.
He is a straight agenda pusher with the hairstyle he rocking and all them cats out there, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, don't get it twisted. We have the right to opinion on the show. Disclaimer, we do have that at the beginning of our show. You know what I'm saying? I don't stand on what I say, you know what I mean, here on the show, or I might stand on that, but that's off the show. You feel what I'm saying? For the show, when I say something on here, this is for entertainment purposes only, but I'm saying this whole hairstyle thing, bro, it still got out of control. You feel me? Like,
it definitely
the whole narrative of where it is, from Cam Newton to Jay-Z.
I was just gonna say Cam.
The Weeknd, you know what I'm saying? The Weeknd brought this hairstyle to us. So the Weeknd did his research, and is it just so happens that we're young black men, that we're seeing this unfold in front of our eyes right now? You know what I'm saying? To depopulate the black man, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. And that's where 50's going with it. And then you got a web of people, cuz you probably got millions, and Jay-Z the biggest rapper of all time, you got millions and billions of people following this dude. We talked about that when we said idolizing, you know, your famous people. People do that. So he's setting a trend. Not only is Jay-Z, like I said, The Weeknd did it. You know, Cam Newton had the hairstyle. You got plenty of people rocking this hairstyle now.
So I think it's like this, bro. Too, I wanted to add this. Like, back in the day, we used to have artwork for albums. Right? There's no more hard copies being pushed because it's all media, social, you know what I'm saying, extravagant situation. So let's think about it. The same people who was in their ear, you should wear this, you should wear that, it's the same thing, but it's now intensified by 100.
Right.
Because you have so much of a broad band now who has so much more input.
Exactly.
And they could definitely ride with it, you know what I'm saying? Or they could not want to ride with it. But if you derive or come from a background of what we come up, you know what I'm saying? Get back to your essence in its truest form is my best advice that I can tell you.
I'm with your advice, cuz, but you got stuff flooding the internet and everything, the social media, it's internet. Every time you turn on the TV, this stuff is flooding our generation.
Right, that's what I was saying. And that's the only thing. That's what I'm saying. Like that, and that's what I'm saying in the narrative of what they painting it. Like we need to get back to the essence.
We do, and you're right, but if you're not,
our moral standpoint stands.
But what is a moral standard to somebody that don't know what's popping? You feel what I'm saying? If they're not seeing the light, that's what I'm saying. That's why you get them stupid comments that people make on our show.
Yeah.
Because they too simple, Simon, to see. Okay, this is what we actually putting down. What do you always say? Cause at the end of the day,
you gotta get past the mess to get to the message, and that's basically what I'm saying in this. I'm not giving you my direct, total. I'm being honest with you,
honest, man,
but I'm just not giving you my total opinion because at the end of the day, my whole thought process is trying to get y'all to do the opening of your own brain, spark a knowledge, that
jewel,
a knowledge bank in your membrane where it just sparks to where you just gratified to something greater than what's going on. Like, it's here, and you can't say that it's not. You cannot deny no longer that it's not here. From the times of the 80s to now, look at it. From the times of the 70s till now, look at it. From the times of the 1900s, it's here. It's here.
It's been here.
It's repeating in certain situations, but they picking and choosing what they want to implement and get us to be so blinded off on.
I'm just glad 50 brought it up, you know what I'm saying, going back on this, man. 50 brought it up for a reason. I'm kind of glad that he aired it out. Like I said, to me, in my opinion, you know I rock with Fifth, man, you know what I'm saying? Ever since he came out with the unit and everything, 50 is probably one of the last real ones of them left. Not saying that he's totally real because I've heard dirt on Fifth too, but 50 does his research enough to air something out like that about Jay-Z for people to say, let me do the research. That 50 did the same thing that we doing, bro. I don't think he came on there intentionally trying to bash him, but he said, look, do the research. Is it a coincidence that he's naming it and has his hairstyle after this painter? Like, what a coincidence. So 50 is smart. I think what we do here is smart on the show too for y'all. You feel me?
It's funny that you said that.
Do your due diligence. We doing the same thing here on the show. We saying, hey, if anything that myself or Kev is putting down, if it sparks your mind anyway in a little bit, hit that like button. You feel me? If anything that we say is gravitating towards you to comment, hit that like button. You feel me?
Like button
hit the
and
subscribe
share.
button.
Like, tell people to check us out. Tell your auntie to tell her auntie. You tell your grandmother to tell her grandma. Your granddaddy.
Man.
Your nieces, your nephews. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like it's that specific content that's right and fitting for that situation, because sometimes this ain't all for any and everybody.
Tell your cousin in Africa, Istanbul, you know what I'm saying? Wherever you at, man, drop it to them. Come check us out.
It's funny that you were saying this about the situation with Jay-Z, because the topic I wanted to go off of with Jaguar Wright. Now, a lot of y'all don't know who she is. She came from our era back in the 80s. I'll say the late 80s, early 90s era. For the boom bap, she is a very talented person, been in the music pretty much predominantly, I would probably say all of her life. She's actually exposing a lot of different things as well. Now, a lot of people is trying to say that she's on a mental breakdown, but y'all go ahead and do your due diligences and check her out, what she's saying. You make up your own mind what you think is the truth or what she's saying is false. And then, you know what I'm saying, like, listen, just give her a chance to what she's spilling. She's really, really intellectually inclined with different things. She's really speaking some knowledge behind different things. It does make a lot of sense. Y'all go ahead, check out the clip. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go ahead and make your comments on One Bug Podcast. You know what I'm saying? And y'all figure out what it is that y'all is getting out of this.
You know what? You just proved it. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. And you want to know why I can say that? Because I remember a time when being a drug addict was a bad thing.
Thanks.
I remember a time where being a caught up hoe ass chick was not the thing you wanted to be. See, I don't know what happened in music. We went from high vibration to low vibration, and somewhere along the way, being a drug addict with no fucking vocabulary, ran through at 25, ready to die, played out like a fucking Jerry curl. It's cool. I don't know that. My generation, and we were Generation X. I don't understand that. I don't understand these girls.
I was having this conversation with somebody, and I had a theory. I felt like as a people, we've gotten to, the younger generation, all of us, not all of us, but young and middle, we've gotten to a point to where we're just so sad that any type of stimulant.
You're not sad.
Oh, okay.
Sadness is an emotion.
Fact.
You feel no emotions. You are all numb to life. You have been trained to be numb to life. You have been desensitized beyond your comprehension. So you can't use words like emotions when you don't have them. You're not sad. It is sad, though, that you have the loudest voice in the world and you'd rather be mumble rappers than show people how brilliant you are. You'd rather be dumb for money than be brilliant for legacy. It's sad.
Bad.
I mean, I can go back and remember some of my first rhymes from when I remember when we went through the whole Don't Curse era.
Right.
You know, Don't Curse era was early 90s. Nobody was cursing in rhyme. We wanted to show how smart we were. I carried a thesaurus and a dictionary in my backpack with me every day. I've read the dictionary 15 times. I've read each thesaurus from Webster's onto the no-name brands about 25 times because I wanted my vernacular to be so tight. See.
But y'all school system was probably a little bit better than the South.
When I first, and this was back when I was on my Organized Confusion, they were the revolution when hip hop was changing, you know. And I had a song that I wrote called Soul Snatcher. I did it for Hold
on, wait.
I did it for
you ain't just gonna casually say Soul Snatcher. What kind of soul snatching are we talking?
Okay, so basically, let me see if I can remember it, because I wrote this 25, 6, 7 years ago. To snatch or not to snatch, that is the question as I come for your soul with aptitude. My attitude is very shaken. Like an abandoned child by their mother, father, sister, or brothers with sheer mothers, I'm killing you softly with poisonous venom so vile. In exile, I strangulate whole nations, termination be my specialty. Come and play with me if you choose. I deal on dangerous levels like a high-risk abortion, extortion, my middle name. You play the game and I shall shame your name and claim you in the name of my master. Demonic possession, the only chapter I spill. The rapture will catch you up. Abruption, destruction, annihilation, desolation, catastrophe. Fees I charge for my diabolical ideas. Careers I have destroyed. Employees I have exploited. Head over your head, it is gone once again. See, my friends are few and my enemies are more than few. Misconstrue if you want to, and Jaguar is coming for you with the wrath and the rage of Allah. God is my witness. I'm going to end this, meaning you. And I'm trying to remember the rest. Who wants to be a female rapper with the shelf life? A female rapper's shelf life at maximum is 12 years. By then, you either have to have an acting career or a product. Otherwise, you're done. Who's booking Rod Digger? Like I said, you have a shelf life, and then by that time, you have to have something else. Luther Vandross died a vocalist. Whitney Houston died a vocalist. How many female MCs you know died a female MC? See, they get you to put your ass and your titties, you know, all out, all over the place. See, it didn't used to be that way. See, being the sexy, cute tomboy used to be the way. And then Biggie Smalls came in with Jessica Rabbit, Lil' Kim. What I find interesting is that for the past 25 years, everybody's been trying to be Lil' Kim, and all Lil' Kim was a figment of Biggie's imagination. He figured, all men probably get off on the same shit that I do. We can make a lot of money. And now everybody wants to be this archetype. It wasn't until Lil' Kim that sex played a factor in whether or not a woman got signed. Yeah, so does crack.
Nigga, that's real as fuck. So does crack.
Crack sells, still sells. Heroin is big and crack is still selling. You want to aim high or you want to aim low?
So, how do we repair our culture? How do we repair this?
Well, number one, you would have to strip yourselves of everything that you think you know. You would have to be willing to say, everything that I have in here is total and complete bullshit, and I need to start all over like I'm 2 years old and relearn life again. That takes dedication. Because see, most of you are comfortable in the lives that you live. You like your party, you like your car, you like your girlfriend, you like this, you like that. What if I told you that in order to become a billionaire, you would have to be homeless first?
Believe that.
Would you do it? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Am I guaranteed to become a billionaire? Just ask.
What guarantees do you have in life other than your hard work and sweat? What other guarantee do you have?
None. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, see, do you see how you went with that? Before you actually said whether or not you could commit to it, you had to have a backup plan. Okay? There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee you're going home today. Everybody wants guarantee. Everybody wants an instant gratification. It's going to happen for me. It's going to be this way. Yet the best things that happen in life are surprises. Want to know why? Because you didn't know them. You want to know why you didn't know them? Because if you had known them, you'd have fucked it up.
That whole experience, like you said, that's some deep thing. You know, rape, that's deep. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to tell you something right now. It's common. It is
that's
common.
Crazy. That's crazy. So how are these people able to keep going on with the career?
What do you mean?
Doing these heinous crimes.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm just saying.
You ain't never had a boy that you know did a whole bunch of dirt and you let him make it? You telling me that never happened? You never had somebody in your life who you know was dirty, who you know did dirt, and you let him make it?
I see what you're saying, but
think about that on a corporate level.
Right.
On a corporate level. R. Kelly was the first corporately sponsored pedophile in the United States. Everybody knew. That's why I couldn't really watch that documentary, because half of the people that was in there, I can't believe he did it. Nigga, you used to go get the bitches too. I watched you, dog. I watched y'all make these deals. Don't nobody want to talk about Aaliyah. Don't nobody want to talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
There's certain things about that I won't talk about. I'll let Dame Dash talk about it. See, that's his business.
Right.
And when he's ready to talk about it all, I'll corroborate every word that he says. But it's not my story to tell. But it's real. It's real. How does a 14-year-old girl get married and no adult in the family knew? Unless, I'm just saying.
I heard you say something earlier to the effect of...
It's fucking awful what they did to that woman. It's fucking awful. She was amazing. Aaliyah was amazing.
Yeah, she really
If she
was.
had been alive now, there's a lot of people that wouldn't have jobs. Funny how that worked out for some people. You know, one thing I learned about in jail, when I was in jail, fighting, clear my name. I learned how to move niggas around. See, when you in county jail, you want to really survive and be cool, you gotta learn how to move people around. Oh, this chick gonna be a problem. She likes to fight over the ice. What code violation can we set her up for? Oh, you gotta go to PC. You learn. They do the same shit in the industry. They move niggas around. You know, it's all fun until the rabbits got the gun.
I heard you say earlier that the music shit doesn't really bother you because you were so busy being great at other things.
Yes.
How is it that you are able to have gone through so much things that would physically have people in like facilities? How are you still able to cope? Because it sounds
I had
like
a nervous
PTSD.
breakdown.
Yeah, it sounds like PTSD almost.
What do you mean? I've had PTSD since I was 7 years old. I'm from North Philly.
Yeah, that's facts.
North Philly is PTSD on steroids injected into your neck. First time I saw a man killed in front of me, my uncle did it. He blew a hole through somebody. All I know is we was playing jacks on the step. I heard a man running, screaming, no! And he jumped over our head. He took off running. He didn't make it but 50 paces. And then I seen the hole go through. And then I felt the smoke and the gunpowder fall on my head. I was 3 years old. First time I seen a man's guts all over the concrete where we played jacks and hopscotch. I know what it's like to have your cousin high on LSD, acid and everything else, and accuse you of stealing money that's sitting there right in front of you and bend you over and sodomize you for stealing what is right there in his face because he's too high to see it. And then dump you in a closet and tell you to go to sleep. That was 10. Fuck you been through?
I ain't been through shit.
It gets worse. It gets worse. Imagine sitting in your living room, minding your business, watching Maury Povich or something. Back then it was Richard Bay. And 5 men come through your front door and they stay for 2 days. And we didn't talk about the weather. I've been through more things than most of you will ever fucking be able to understand or know. I know what it's like to wonder whether or not when that door come up, are they gonna let me out or are they gonna blow my fucking brains out? Y'all niggas is soft. Y'all kids, you're fucking soft. You like to shoot up everybody and shoot up everything because you don't know how to fight. I wish a nigga would try me even right now. I wish a nigga would. I could use the practice. I'm serious. Life has been serious for me. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: like any female entertainer or artist trying to do music, right?
Yeah.
What would be your advice to them? You know what I mean? Oh.
Unless you built for it. I would never wish this career on any woman. There's only 3 different kinds of careers in this world where a woman's safety and respect for her body are totally disregarded. Strippers, sex workers, and female entertainers. We are treated no different than prostitutes because we're entertainers. Well, that's what the word actress used to mean back in the 1800s. It meant prostitute. We're the meat. Judy Garland used to say it best. They come and they love me while I'm on stage, and then I go and I take the clothes off, and it's just me and the bag of bones, wondering when it'll all be over. Judy Garland said that about her experiences. She was in one of the greatest American films of all time. You remember? What's the name of the movie? The Wizard of Oz? If you knew how many times they took a piece out of her, While she was going down the yellow big road, she was probably clicking them damn shoes hoping that they worked for real. Or how many young child stars get passed around at parties? If you actually knew the stories about Michael Jackson. If you actually knew what they do to children. What they did to my very close friend, LaToya Gaines, Rosie Gaines' daughter from New Power Generation. Her and Tevin Campbell were very close. I know Tevin, but we're not friends. Him and LaToya were friends. How does a boy with a voice like that had the records that he had that could have easily transformed into one of the greatest male vocals of all time, end up prostituting himself for drugs and change on Hollywood Boulevard? How does that happen with a gift like his? My advice to any female who wants to get into this business, have a thick skin, do not drink alcohol, never get high in front of anybody. Keep somebody close to you that you know at all times. Summer. Has anybody bothered to ask why she all of a sudden became claustrophobic and couldn't perform anymore? Because she had anxiety? Yeah, she got anxiety. Somebody touched her. I don't know it for a fact, but I seen it I heard it I know the sound. I can look in a woman's eyes and tell when she been touched. She don't trust none of the people that she around, so she just gonna stay off the road, you see. Now, for every name that I can tell you that you know, I can give you about 55 to 1 of all the ones that didn't make it but got the stories. See, those are the worst ones. Because you got ran through, you went through all of that, and then you made it to the deal, and then you ain't get no deal. But you got all the horror stories though. That's why women in this game go so hard. This is my spot. It's my spot. And it's worse in hip hop than it is in singing. Guard your loins until we find a way to change the way women are treated in this industry. Guard your loins. Because it doesn't make any sense. If I go to work and I sing my heart out and I do a concert and I got to do the meet and greet and I got to do to this and I got to do to that and yada, 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 whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. When I get on my bus, I'm going to be what? I'm going to be tired, right? I'm going to want to get some sleep, right?
Right. Back.
Am I going to want to see a whole bunch of noise and hear a whole bunch of foolishness? The first time I ever saw Jay-Z or even heard him spit a rhyme was at an MC battle, street battle in New York. But he didn't show up as Jay-Z. He didn't show up as the hottest rapper on the street. He showed up as the nigga that was with Big L.
Rest
For
in
those
peace.
of you.
Rest in peace, Big L.
Rest in peace, Big L.
One of the
That was the
dopest.
sensei.
One of the dopest. Yes.
Big L was who put Jay-Z on.
Without question.
And then Big L died, and then the next thing you know, Jay-Z. And then, you know, he starts clienteling with Tupac and clienteling with Biggie and doing songs with Biggie and building a working, you know, camaraderie with Honeycombs and AKA Diddy. And
Why do you give him the honeycombs? Why do you give him honeycombs?
because he smacks so sweet. That fucking sodomite. Anyway, so yeah, then, you know, and then Reasonable Doubt was happening, and then Dame's in the picture, and Dame's building Rockefeller, and everybody's talking about Jay-Z. And don't get me wrong, there is nobody who loves Reasonable Doubt more than me.
At the time of.
Nobody. No, still.
Yes. To this day.
Still. listen to me. I don't give a fuck how I feel about you. For me to have bad feelings about someone and not acknowledge art and its greatness or at its finest is hating. Maybe I don't fuck with you, but them shoes is hot, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be real. So I will never. Shit, I was just listening to Watch the Throne earlier this week, and that shit was enraging me, cause I'm like, y'all motherfuckers was living for this fucking album and was Kanye, and then all of y'all made all of this money on this motherfucking dude, and now all of a sudden, who, him? Like, like he was good enough when you let him slump Just Blaze's fucking whole career. He was the shit.
That's the whole issue in itself.
It was worth putting Just Blaze on the line for, because Just Blaze was Rockefeller production until Kanye.
Yeah.
Who's Just Blaze producing for now?
That I don't know. Who is? Yeah, I'm about to say that I don't know. And he was the movement.
Where is Just Blaze?
Yeah.
I mean, he was making Hov's beats. You got Tidal. You're a billionaire. Where the fuck is Just Blaze?
That's the question.
Why is he's not at least an executive at Rock Nation? He's not at least an executive at Tidal?
At least.
Like I said, Biggie died, Tupac died, and then there was the fight between who was the top rapper now, Nas and Jayz, and then the next thing you know, Nas has a nervous breakdown and he's taken out of the game, and it's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z. And he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all of those records together. They both fucked Aaliyah. They shared so much in common. You know? And then there was a falling out. And that's like it never happened. Whoever talks about best of the both worlds? Best of both worlds. Nobody talks about that.
Nobody talks about this shit.
Nobody talks about that project.
That nigga swept that smooth under the rug.
Why?
We know why.
You know what? I got a better question.
Yeah.
How valuable is a Biggie Smalls verse?
Yeah.
Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he died. It's been over 25 years. Fucking Puffy has been making money on that boy's name longer than he lived. It supported all of Bad Boy. His catalog. Clearly, a Biggie Smalls verse is very valuable. Am I wrong? Does anybody disagree with me?
No, that's facts.
So then what the fuck happened to the commission? What happened to that album?
Right.
It was recorded. It was being mixed and mastered upon Biggie's death. It was supposed to have came out that summer after Biggie's album, because Biggie's album was slated. He died a week and a half before his album came out. Then the commission was supposed to come out, and that was supposed to be his exit from Bad Boy. And then starting his own company. So tell me something. And this ain't me being an asshole. I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame. Like, I don't give a fuck if you wanted to get away from your homie, if you wanted to get away from your partner, but to do it the way he did it, it's malicious. But maybe that was because he was fucking the girl that didn't want you.
Oh. Let the church say amen.
I don't know. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why you moved his ass around and now the Rockefeller's so tough and then just moved right over to Def Jam. By the way, wasn't this all around the time when Aaliyah died?
Yeah.
And Beyonce's solo career was struggling? Jam on your horn now, that fucking bullshit ass record. From the Austin Powers shit, it was some of the worst shit ever. They were having a hard time taking her solo. And then Aaliyah died. And then they brought Rich Harrison in, and your love got me thinking so crazy right now. She liked posing with him in pictures for Page 6. Aaliyah didn't. She fell in love with Dame. And Aaliyah's gone, and you know. You have to start asking yourself questions after being in this business for this long. If you're a halfway intelligent person, when do you start questioning how lucky some motherfuckers keep getting?
Right.
Is it really a conspiracy if the same person keeps benefiting off the same kind of tragedy over and over and over again? So to answer your question, I'm sure he's always gonna be a billionaire, and I'm sure he's got great things to happen. I mean, look, he's got the job with the NFL. He's hooking all his friends up with the halftime shows. I mean, think about it. Think about the halftime shows. Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, all Rock Nation. Now Rihanna, and then we had the whole LA thing, which of course he was involved in that, and then they pulled Mary J. Blige off to, you know, make sure she got that money for Kendall, and you know, they had that whole moment, you know, but all he's doing is using his friends and the people that he fucks with, or at least the people that signs his non-disclosure agreements. He keeps getting them the Super Bowl gigs. So I mean, like, he's doing all kinds of stuff, you know, and I do not begrudge him. It's just, if you gotta do the kind of things that he's done to get where he's gotten, yeah, fuck it, I don't want it that bad.
Man, there y'all hear it.
I heard it.
There's some stuff that's getting ready to get thrown out the way. She wanted to comment on a lot of different things when it came to the situation with Aaliyah, Jay-Z, as well as Aaliyah and Dame. She's not really feeling, he's not ready to talk about it. So she's not really feeling, you know what I'm saying, like she should push it. Yeah. But she will stand by 110% off of what he's saying, because she knows about a lot of different things. Ben had already talked about, you know, different things what we see with the industry on how it becomes with different things. And by the way, this woman, Jaguar Wright, has been mentally messed over, as well as physically raped, different things due to the industry, as well as her past childhood situation. So what's your thoughts? You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to the situation of what she feels like she's willing to address with Jay-Z in this junk that he's pushing.
It's everybody that ever comes out to try to shine a little light on a subject where, once again, you may not have any understanding of. It's a wake-up moment for people to say, hey, this happened to me. This could happen to you.
Right.
This is what you live in, that Hollywood lifestyle. Right. This is what you got to deal with. You got to deal with the negativity. You got to deal with the backlash. You got to deal with the scrutiny. You got to deal with, you feel me, everything, bro. Right. Like, it's full circle. So it doesn't seem to surprise me, bro. We got people coming out in every day. We had the child star from Disney come out and recently tell about Hollywood and why she's basically stepped away.
How are they able to constantly keep going?
Hey, if you want to go through the stuff that they go through, because you and I know what's popular, but if you want to go through that morally, you gotta be.
What I'm saying is how are these, with all these reported cases, how are you able to keep functioning as a unit, but then the common type of person would they have to go through when they do that type of foul, you know what I'm saying,
Exactly.
of life? They gotta put themselves out here.
Out there, right? Yep. And they
They
how it
gotta
normally
register
happens. Yeah,
themselves,
that's
you
how
know
it
what I'm
happens.
saying?
That's
So,
how it happens.
you know, as a company, don't you think that you need to register yourself too?
Yeah, you do.
How do you have more rights than us as human beings on this planet?
We don't have any rights as human beings. That's the thing. Everybody that has the rights is you know who? The government.
Right.
That's the only push.
But still, like I said,
we
like,
don't have any rights.
But this stuff
being
even
stripped from us.
this stuff even started back in the day with the
did.
government. With, you know what I'm saying? Like how, you know, the slave owners and all that stuff. How
Right.
today do you have the control to pick and choose who? Because we not in those positions. We common people. Even if we was in that house of power.
We don't have rights. We don't have anything. There's nothing that they give us that we're being fed. Like I always said, man, we're ants on the ant farm. We're in a little thing in a little maze, and it's like a trial, and everybody was just walking through the maze, going backwards. Oh, don't go here, don't go there. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's what I'm saying. They create the narrative for these things like that, you know, and it's a blessing because a lot of these people are seeing the light and they are coming and telling people the truth. You know what I'm saying? And then when they do try to tell the truth, like Kanye did, and people still bashing this man, oh, he crazy, he's on drugs. No, this woman came out, genuinely told you what happened. What person you know gonna come out and say, I was raped? Come on, cuz what person you know just gonna deliberately come out and say that? Okay, like they trying to paint the narrative of this person being crazy because they coming out saying that something actually happened to them. And then they're blaming, not only that, they're saying how it happened to them.
It's a lot like
Hollywood. They're saying
she has
she is
a
deep,
lot
bro.
in
I don't
lot
know if
of
I seen
her
the same one you
interviews.
seen.
Oh, she's got a plethora, bro. She's got a
one I
plethora.
seen. Hey, y'all better open up your eyes, man. Like Cuz always say, man, he says to get past the mess, to get to the message, because what
Shout
he's
out to
saying.
Big Person. OG Person, my bad.
But hey, OG Kev using this on the show. You feel me? This running on ours because I think it fits right with what we do right here on the show. But I'm just saying, man, getting past the mess to get to the message is a lot of y'all people look at a dialogue of something happening. You feel what I'm saying? And y'all, it's so much going on. And that's what Kev is meaning. Like, it's so much going on behind it. Y'all not even thinking about what's really happening behind
What's
the
truth
actual
and what's
thing.
fiction.
You feel me?
It's
like,
crazy.
Bro, that's why I enjoy you saying it and putting it down. Wherever it's borrowed or not, you giving shout-outs to do. But this woman went through some stuff. And that's what I'm saying. It's personal to me because if I went through something, you better not ever say that I came on live and said that I went crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or did something crazy. I'm telling you the real. If I ever came out and said anything unorthodox that I never shared with you, bro, and I was real with you, you gonna be like, cuz, like, I know
you already know
real.
the type. You already know the type of person I am. Like, we've been rocking with each other since we was knee high to fly's eyes. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, like as shorties. Always been thick as thieves. You know what I'm saying? I almost had like more like a brother than a cousin. You know what I'm saying?
That's because that was a real one, man.
When we come into this, like, nah, we just rock. We just rock with one another, you know. And it ain't nothing against anybody else in the family because we all got different ties. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to it, like we rock. We rock with one another. So if I were to hear somebody coming out their mouth talking about, oh, your cousin went crazy, nah, you got to tell me more, or I got to find out for my own. I don't believe nothing you saying because I know my cousin, I know what's going on with him, I know how he think. But if it ever was, you know what I'm saying, a situation, let me go ahead and get over there to the homie crib.
And if I come to you and I tell you something that I ain't never shared with you, bro, and I come out and tell you that, you're going to be like, whoa, wait a minute. You know, like, cuz they never came out to me and poured this out. You know what I'm saying? And feel me? So you ain't going to be like, that nigga crazy.
No,
you going to be like,
no, I'm be like,
I think that nigga trying to tell me something, like, for real, bro. You know, some people got their deepest, darkest secrets, and they only share them with the plethora of people. So for this young woman to come out and give all of that and provide all that, man, don't y'all dare sit there and call her crazy or talk out the side of y'all neck and paint the narrative that you know, she on one, or you know, she got a hold of some bad drugs. Bro, come on.
And it's funny because, like I said, this is their community. Like we
It
ain't
is.
in that community.
Not,
This is
bro.
their community.
It
But
is, but
Talib
still.
Kweli used to want to holler at her, try to get on. Used to mess with her back in the day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And because she married, you know, somebody else or had a baby by somebody else, you know what I'm saying? He felt heartbroken, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of different stuff that goes on to it. You know, I haven't been doing, you know, a lot of the yellow tape research, but
no doubt.
you know what I'm saying?
No
I've been
doubt.
looking outside the yellow tape and I'm picking and choosing what it is because I don't get caught up into that.
No doubt.
I don't like to get caught up into that because you can't sit down and have an interview with somebody and as a viewer get to know that person. I don't know these people.
No, we don't.
I don't claim to know these people, but just off of when you can hear and know what the truth is.
You can hear pain.
And this shit has been going on for quite some time with the game.
Pain.
With different things. So am I saying that I believe 100% with everything that
Nobody
she's saying?
believes it.
I work differently.
Giving you the
But
facts.
what I'm saying is a lot of this stuff that she's saying, I believe because of what I've seen with my own two eyes at that time in the era of the place that it was taking place.
For me, it's that, but you can hear the pain in her voice. You know when
absolutely.
somebody goes through something, when somebody shares something deep and dark to you, it's almost like they don't want to tell you, but they're hesitating to tell you, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe her 100%,
right?
But I know that some of the things that she's saying, I've seen other people in Disney go through. Look at the Disney boy with Raven Simone. They're going nuts. He in the same boat. Has he not been coming out? Help me out here. What's his name? No, Orlando. What's his name?
Brown. Orlando Anderson.
Okay, I think it's
Is
Brown.
it Brown?
Orlando, whatever.
Orlando.
It's
Orlando from Disney.
Which is Orlando from Disney. That's it, cuz you're right. But he going through the same thing. But people come out and say he crazy. Oh, he's still on drugs. They said the boy stepped back and got clean. When he said the statement about Lil Bow Wow having some bomb, what's his name, bro? Like, bro?
I mean, it was comical. It was comical because, in a sense, I think it's some things there that he was trying to just throw out the window. He didn't want to talk. But then again, he was making a mockery. But then again, he was also saying some truth. Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's how, I don't know about y'all, but that's how my mind works. Like, I pick up on reading people's emotions and seeing what they do.
He was keeping it a buck.
He was like,
he was keeping it a buck, but he was being humorous with it.
Yeah, because
he was
you know what I'm saying?
embarrassed.
Like, I don't know if he was embarrassed, but I think he wanted to just go ahead and not. He wanted to talk about what people have been wanting to talk about or market himself.
He was exposing the stuff that he was going through back then. When he was saying Bow Wow had this,
Bow Wow
he literally probably had this. He probably had to get
Bow
down
Wow.
with Bow Wow. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, he wasn't making this stuff up for nothing, and then people try to say he crazy, bro. Like,
they said that
he used to roll
Trey
with
6 with Crunchy
Bro.
Black.
He
They
used
had
to
it-
roll with Pimp C. He
Yeah.
said it in the interview. Orlando said it in the interview, bro, that he used to be locked in with Pimp. Pimp taught him the game. Pimp taught him how to rap. Come on now, and then this dude coming out. Pimp exposed the game.
He
What happened
been
to the Pimp?
exposed. You
Just
gonna
saying.
smell my cologne is what Pimp used to like to say.
Izzy Miyake.
You gonna think
Bar number 9. That's what
you
that
think,
one my
you
boy
think
is
that
saying.
this, that, and the third, but you gonna smell my cologne.
Smell
That's
my
what-
cologne. Bar number 9.
R.P. to Pimp.
For real, man. But because this is a
Trail
dope one. Because you're giving people the fat on their head. We are giving people the fat on their head of which they need.
Yeah.
And I said, if anything in this episode made you guys think, made you say, made you go on the internet and type it in or what Cuz put down or what I put down, y'all drop a like, man, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment for keeping it a buck.
Absolutely.
Family, where they can follow us at, man, because we ain't got that out.
On that IG, it's _buck_podcast spelled just like that.
Y'all see it down there, man. It's going to stay locked in. When we say 1 Buck Podcast, 1_buck, y'all follow us on the Jizzle. Man, we starting to get a little love gravitating over there. You feel me? We're going to take a quick pause for the cause, man. Y'all know how we do, cuz what do we do on the show at the end?
Man, we bring that heat for your feet.
Bring that heat for your feet.
Got something on deck for you.
Look, man, so y'all know that we're going to take a quick pause for the cause, man. We'll be right back with that heat on your feet. As y'all know, man, heat for your feet segment right here. We're going to keep bringing the kicks for you, man. It's part of our culture. And it's something that Kev and I think that definitely should be a part of the show. That's what sets us differently from everybody else. We're not just talking it on the show. This man building his collection. You know, I'm building my collection, and I think we love shoes at the end of the day. We grew up in the culture and the era. Without further ado, man, heat for your feet this week. Y'all see the box. Y'all should know what time it is. Yellow box. Got the Jordan on there as always. You feel me?
Look like some... I was about to say some Michigan Jayz.
Yeah, Banana Boys, the originals. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what time it is. Y'all see what time it is. It's them Thunder joints right here. We got them yellow Jayz on deck.
The 4 joints?
The 4s, man. To me, one of the most comfortable Jordans in my collection. I'm a 4 guy. I like 5s. I like the way they fit to your feet. Right. You know, with that side wing support as well. Not like that penny with that wing coming up to the side, but it does give you that 4, you know, that heel and 4-foot, you know, roll support. You know, just a dope Jordan though, bro. Absolutely. What's your thoughts on that Jordan?
Man, Jordans have always been, you know, one of the leading brand shoes. I would probably, if I had an order, I would probably say Jayz, Maxes.
Yeah.
And then anything after that, it would probably be, the next would probably be Tim's, far as shoe wise, like going in something of the order. And then definitely got to put my Bows, got to put my Bo Jacksons up in there.
Say, man.
Bo Jacksons was definitely one of my
favorites. You said
favorites.
Air Max, so Air Max to me considered Air Max Trainer, Air Max.
Put them all up under the same umbrella.
For me, it's Hirachi, you know what I'm saying? A whole 9, man. The list goes on. I think the favorite thing about these, man, is I remember having them back in the day, man. And I think when they came out, there was a lot of people that slept on them, bro. And I remember having my actual yellow pair, and people would see them on my feet and go nuts. Like, bro, where did you get them? Like, nobody knew about them. I think that was 2000 something. I had a whole fit, you know what I'm saying? And people was like, bro, I ain't never seen these. These the Thunders, you know what I'm saying? They were the Thunder Jordans or the Lightnings, whatever they call it. But
I was gonna say, have you ever noticed, like, looking at the back of this? I don't know if y'all can see this, the side view at the back.
Oh yeah, the heel
how
cap.
like it takes to the heel.
Mm-hmm. It's a heel cap for sure. Like, it's made for your foot to sit straight down in there. A lot of people fuss about these pennies, and that's why I'm not a big fan of those pennies, because although it did have the support wing on the side, it did not have that back support of your foot. So it almost felt like when you ran, your ankle would come out the back of it. Not with this, because it actually rolls. You can see it. Like, what you're pointing at, it gravitates to the back of the foot, man. So
y'all tell us, my bad, not to cut you off. I was going to say, y'all tell us what y'all favorite pairs or y'all favorite sneaker was, you know what I'm saying, in this. And then, you know what I'm saying, what you would like for us to go ahead and put up, you know what I'm saying, of
make us dig through the archive.
A replica.
You like Jordans 1 through 20? Original. Yeah, whatever your favorite Jordan is, please drop in the comments. Like Cuz says, I think that's a dope idea. Get y'all kind of talking in the shoes, you feel what I'm saying? Because I know it's a lot of y'all out here that do this when it comes in the sneaker game. I've been doing this for, like I said, man, I ain't gonna say my age, you know what I'm saying? But many moons in this thing, you feel me?
Shout out to Big Chief with that, the OG Big Chief.
Many moons on
many
that
moons. It's been a many moons.
And we gonna keep a many moons on the show, man, cuz it's always a pleasure, man, locking in with you, man.
All love.
It's just blessed. I'm blessed to see that we're doing a show that me and this man don't talk about what we doing. You know what I'm saying? We wait till we get on the camera. It's literally a freestyle. We open mic over here. You feel me?
Man, I don't think they realize, like, how much we used to talk over the phone opposed to now. Y'all have no idea. Like, we don't even when it comes to, you know, storing information in the banks of the memory, like we don't share like that. For real.
Cause to me, I think, you know, it builds that excitement. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
you saying stuff to me, like I thought that was dope because I seen that about old girl, you know what I'm saying, a while ago, bro. And I was like, bro, that's dope. And that's something I probably wanted to bring up, but we don't talk about it.
It was just odd that you went into the situation with the Jayz hookup, man. Jayz is gonna be under a lot of scrutiny lately, you know what I'm saying, with different things, especially from the situation with the Tory Lanez hookup. But y'all go back, do your due diligence. That's the word of the day.
Do it. We giving y'all the game. We lacing y'all with the facts, you know what I'm saying? If we touched you in any way in this video, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button now.
Absolutely.
You feel me? Cause like I said, man, always a pleasure doing this, man. As y'all know, at the end of every show, we gonna pick up what we put down on this one, on the next one. And this is One Buck Podcast,
where we keep it a buck,
and we hope y'all keep it a buck too. Peace.